Okay, so namaste everyone. This is Divya Jain. I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce something about casteism that is being practiced in India. It's at least portrayed in the Western world and also in India that casteism is a big social evil in India. And I would not say that it is not practiced in India. It is in practice, but we need to understand its origin and how deep and far wide it is. So before speaking for that, I need to tell about what Sanatan Dharma is. Sanatan Dharma, which is the actual term before Hinduism, and that means that this is an eternal dharma which has lots of philosophies. So we need to understand that we have lots of scriptures as well. Now, there is no one exact authority of the scripture in our Sanatan Dharma. So there are many philosophies which are proposed by a lot of sages in the olden days, and those has been uh, put into the books in the form of Vedas, Upanishads, Shastras, Shruti, Smriti, and Manusmriti, etc. So where we have been attacked a lot, there were invaders like in the form of Britishers, Islamic invaders, and Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, Swedish, Danish, all of these invaders that came to India, they interpolated these texts and they had their own versions and translations of these texts, which were originally in Sanskrit. Now, in Sanskrit, a lot of things that are non-translatable in English or any other language. So that's why I think a lot of interpolation has happened, and that's why we are today where we are standing in terms of casteism. Now, the word caste was first discovered in India, at least it was introduced in 1569. It's a Portuguese and Spanish word which means lineage. Lineage is a social and racial identifier. Now, this word, casta, was taken into a very different context as against the Sanatan scriptures. What in the Sanatan scripture, what we have is a Varna system, and Varna and Jati are actually very interchangeably used. What is Varna? Varna is the division of a society based on the profession or the virtue of a person. The four Varnas that are being mentioned in our scriptures are Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So Brahmins are actually the intellectuals of the society, the teachers, the mentors, the scholars of the society. Kshatriyas are the one who are the warrior types. So administrators, warriors, all the fighters, all the people in the army, all these are the Kshatriya Varna. Vaishya are the ones who are taking care of the business and occupation of the society. So basically merchants, all the business person would come into the Vaishya Varna. Shudra Varna are artisans and other people who can interchangeably change their occupations, basically. They're allowed to do that. So these are the only four Varnas. While in today's context, Dalit has the word which has been emerged, in form of a terrible, it has taken a terrible form. Dalit even do not exist in any of our scriptures. It is absolutely a political propaganda. So what we need to understand is that the things are there, but how they came up in the form of social evils, are they inscribed in our literature, our scripture? Are they part of our dharma, or are they just the social evils because of misunderstanding and now are in practice because of all that misunderstanding? So this is what I wanted to bring up, that 1065 verse or shloka from Manusmriti, which says, Shudro Brahmanatameti, Brahmanaschaiti Shudratam, Kshatriyaj Jat Mevam tu Vidyat Vaishyat Tathaivacha. Which means Sudra can attain the position of Brahmana, and the Brahmana sinks to the position of Sudra. The same should be understood by the case with the offspring of Kshatriya or the Vaishya. And examples of this can be given from Vishnu Purana, which says that son of Rajadhishta, he became Vaishya from Kshatriya. And Prashadra was there, who became Shadriya from, son of Kshatriya, he became Shudra. And these are the references from Vishnu Purana. So anything, what we understand in today's context is that we are being told that casteism do exist and nobody can change their caste. And once you're born into that family, that means that's it. It's end of it. You cannot change it. That is not how it is. And most of these are basically political propaganda, the interpolation of our sacred text, scriptures, non-translatables, which were translated from Sanskrit into their own languages. And I give the whole credit to Max Muller, who did a terrible translation, who also became the inspiration for B.R. Ambedkar. He did not read the actual Sanskrit books, but he read all the translations by Max Muller. So all these became the problems for what the casteism is being seen as today, as a social evil, which is a social evil, but we need to understand where it is coming from and is it even true by the literature or not. Thank you.